So just when you thought things couldn't get crazier, we finally have the announcement we've all been waiting for. What is the current president of the United States of America? He's only going to be in there for the next week. What is he going to do about these victims? Ladies and gentlemen, he just made the announcement that just pissed the world off, specifically Americans, obviously, but the world gets to see exactly how Americans are treated by their own government. Meanwhile, Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, all these places get massive funding. We're talking about billions and billions of dollars of funding for them. But what about for Americans? Ladies and gentlemen, this video I'm about to show you guys, make sure to smash the like button. It's probably going to piss you off as it's just pissed off everybody. Take a look at the announcement that Joe Biden just made.
And I want to be clear, we're not waiting until those fires are over to start helping the victims. We're getting them help right now, as you all know. People impacted by these fires are going to receive one-time payment of $770, one-time payment, so they can quickly purchase things like water, baby formula, and prescriptions. So far, nearly 6,000 survivors have registered to do just that, and $5.1 million has gone out.
$770, one-time payment. Now this is reminiscent of what happened during the Maui fires. We know what this was. We know this was coming, but the announcement is here. He wants to do something about it. So $770. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with inflation that was caused by Joe Biden and the Biden administration, you think that's going to cover anything anytime soon? That's not even going to cover you a few nights at a nice hotel. But again, the people and the media wanted to ask Joe Biden about this. And guess what? His people, his media personalities began yelling. They began yelling at the media, basically just not trying to be heard, kicking everybody out the room after he makes this announcement live on air. Take a listen. Chaos, that's just what it is. It began to get chaotic in that room where it's just, when we talk about California, we think of mismanaged funds. We think of $24 billion of taxpayer money going to fix the homeless problem, but the homeless problem has not been fixed, not even close. Billions of dollars have gone into California as a whole to make the state great. But ladies and gentlemen, the state didn't even have water. The firefighters and the fire chief was fired by Karen Bass for letting us know the truth about California. So we're talking about billions and billions of dollars being allocated to the state, to the government, to local officials, just to not have any water and the fire hydrants during the time they need it the most. Now, if climate change was this big threat, why not be ready for the fires to begin with? Well, Mike Johnson just made a huge announcement in Congress on the congressional floor, heading to a meeting where he's speaking about that they're going to put a halting. They're going to hatch these funds, and that California is probably not going to get anything until they figure out. Congress seems to be stepping in. I want you to take a listen to the announcement that is shaking up America right now from Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Take a listen.
Are you open to providing aid to California without any conditions at all?
I think we've got to have a serious conversation about that. Obviously, there's been water resource mismanagement, forest management mistakes, all sorts of problems. And it does come down to leadership, and it appears to us that state and local leaders were derelict in their duty in many respects. So that's something that has to be factored in. I think there should probably be conditions on that aid. That's my personal view. We'll see what the consensus is. I haven't had a chance to socialize that with any of the members over the weekend because we've all been very busy, but it'll be part of the discussion for sure.
What about the debt limit increase? What about tying the debt limit increase to it?
There's some discussion about that, but we'll see where it goes.
Do you agree with Speaker Mike Johnson when he says that Congress should oversee and should attach conditions to any aid to California because of the massive failures from the administration there, the administrative state? Ladies and gentlemen, the governor, the incompetence, local officials, California as a whole, the allocation of the money. Should there be a attachment of conditions from Congress? So let me know what you guys think about that. I believe that there needs to be, because one thing that I'm not over, and this is something that happened before the fires, is the fact that there was a huge scandal about the fact that Gavin Newsom basically said that the $24 billion, you couldn't find it. The $24 billion went to go fix California's homeless problem, but it really didn't, though. It really didn't. And that's why I think of Gavin Newsom as low. I think of him as the lowest, because he doesn't even know what's going on most of the time. He's looking for answers. He's scrambling for answers. He don't even know what's going on in his own state. Doesn't even have his state under control. Now, let's just shift focus to Gavin Newsom again. And I want to play this bizarre video that's going viral of a California 2.0. He didn't have a plan in place for fire management this fire season, but he's talking about California 2.0. He's so giddy about it. Again, this is all pissing off a lot of Americans. A lot of Americans are pissed off at this, at these stunts, at the news. You have Joe Biden saying a one-time payment of $770. What? But I want you to take a look at this video with me. Let's take a look at this.
Over the course of the next several years, Los Angeles will be host to the World Cup, and then the Super Bowl, and then the Olympics. Yeah. With this rebuilding effort needing to take place, is LA going to be ready for all of those global events?
My humble position, and it's not just being naively optimistic, that only reinforces the imperative moving quickly, doing in the spirit of collaboration and cooperation. President of the United States, Donald Trump, to his credit, was helpful in getting the Olympics to the United States of America, to get it down here in LA. We thank him for that. This is an opportunity for him to shine, for this country to shine, for California and this community to shine. The opportunity with all of that and all that opportunity and that pride.
Look how giddy he is about this.
Pride and spirit that comes from not just hosting those three iconic games and venues, but also the opportunity, I think, to rebuild at the same time. And that's why we're already organizing a Marshall Plan. We already have a team of looking and reimagining LA 2.0. And we're making sure everyone's included, not just folks on the coast, people here that were ravaged by this disaster.
You just said you're organizing a Marshall Plan for the rebuilding of California. What is that Marshall Plan? Tell us about this Marshall Plan.
We're just starting to lay out. I mean, we're still fighting these fires. So we're already talking to city leaders. We're
so giddy about this. Is crazy. Can't believe what I'm watching here. I can't believe what I'm watching. This is crazy. We're so giddy about this. LA 2.0, a Marshall Plan. Yeah. No, we're still fighting these fires. What?
Already talking to civic leaders. We're already talking to business leaders and nonprofits. We're talking to labor leaders. We're starting to organize how we can put together a collection of individuals on philanthropy for recovery, how we can organize the region, how we can make sure that we are seeking federal assistance for the Olympics more broadly, but also federal assistance for the recovery efforts, and how we can galvanize the community with folks that love this community to really develop a mindset so that at scale, we're dealing with the scope of this tragedy and
This is so bizarre because it really sounds like, man, I'm not jumping into conspiracy theories here for YouTube purposes. We got to keep this video as PG-13 as we could. But listening to this, doesn't this sound like somebody that's very excited? Very excited. We finally got what we wanted, burn it all down, and now we're just gonna rebuild it the way we want to. A smart city, a LA 2.0, California 2.0. We just started in the LA, we started at the Palisades. But this is going to continue on and on and on. That's what it seems like, an expansion of what they want. It's like a plan. It's like this was planned. No, I'm not saying that. YouTube, don't get me in trouble. That's not what I'm saying. But boy, the governors sound very excited about this.
Responding to it at scale with efficiency, like the executive order I talked about, time value of delivering projects, addressing building codes, addressing permitting issues, and moving forward to rebuilding and being more resilient.
Ladies and gentlemen, not sure what you guys want to make of that video. Again, very, very disturbing just to see somebody so giddy like that. Again, Gavin Newsom is a very smart person. Very smart, very articulate, levels ahead of a lot of people in the political stratosphere, in the political sphere. I believe he's up there. This is who the Democrats want to put up there. I think his chances are literally gone at this point, but Democrats would probably still vote for him. Democrats would probably still vote for this guy, even after watching the failures, after hearing that Congress wants to watch over what the state does now because of the misplacement and the failures. How can all these people be paying taxes but yet get failed? People have been failed. You mean we're working hard, we're paying our taxes? California taxes are crazy, New York taxes are crazy. We're paying taxes, but you mean to tell me that you don't even know what's going on with the money in the first place? Then when it comes time to an emergency, we don't even have the water. We come to find out that throughout the history of the last 4, 5, 6 years, all of this has happened. Let me know what you guys think down below, ladies and gentlemen. Is $770 enough to get by after losing it all? Is that enough? That's the question. That's why people are pissed off, because of shit like this. See you guys on the next one. Make sure to smash the like button.